Hey, all you Zealots and Zerglings, it's time for another 4 versus 4 on the map Outpost. We have Spartan here as the yellow Protoss, Dunamai as the green Zerg, Bocephus as the orange Terran, and Contrarian as the pink Protoss. And their opponents on this map, we have Jimmy James, the red Protoss, Sikara as the blue Terran. And what you may have seen in the chat already, Crazy Ducky Luck as the purple Protoss. I like you, Ducky. You're my new favorite. And finally, Johnny, I guess that's supposed to be Johnny, as the teal Protoss. So we're on the map Outpost. Am I familiar with this map? I don't know if I really know this map. So we kind of got 3 expansions kind of floating off here on the side down these ramps. Some golds up here in the middle. No, I don't think I'm familiar with this map. So this could be a treat. And oh, fortunately it's a 4v4, so putting up the production tab, not really effective. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and just eyeball it. But not really anything going on much just yet. I recall Bocephus was formerly known as Wolfpack, but he has gone through an identity change. He is now Bocephus. So all of you rabid Wolfpack fans will just have to, you'll just die a little inside, but it'll be okay. I'm sure Bocephus will be just as good. And it looks like Sikara is going to be kind of scouting. Not using a probe to scout. I find that most of the time you always find probes are the ones that do the scouting. I don't know if it's just because the Protoss are the only ones that want to bother scouting, or if they're always throwing a probe out there just to make you think, oh, there could be a cannon rush. We're going to have to watch for that and just make everyone all really tense and insecure. And it looks like Bocephus' SCV is tense and insecure. He does not want that as other SCV in his base. He wants to get it out of there as soon as possible. It looks like in the meantime Sikara is going to be walling off that ramp, going to drop that supply depot down though, so people can get in and out. Though, so remember that, Sikara. People can get in if you keep that open. And not really a wall off here, just kind of another one of those grab a handful of buildings and chuck them at the ramp, and wherever they land, that's where they are. I've never quite really understood this strategy. They just see other games where people put their buildings at the ramp and they say, well, I can do that too, but they don't ever consider building placement. Or maybe he just misplaces pylons. Maybe that cyber core is supposed to go here, but it can't fit. I don't know. Do not know. Looks like Bocephus is not going to bother walling off the ramp. Neither is Contrarian. They're going to leave that open. Might want to put something here just to kind of scout, make sure no one sneaks up your ramp without you knowing it. And it looks like we got Spartan's going to be the second to expand, it looks like, because it looks like Jimmy James has got his expansion halfway done. And he's opted to take the one that, well, I don't know, these expansions look fairly well tucked back. They're inside your ramps, so you have to run past the ramp to get to it, which means there's always the chance that you're going to be trapped in here if you try to attack these expansions. So until there's any considerable air on the map, these might actually be good expansions. Hey, man, where are these maps for when I'm playing 4v4s? I want to be able to expand and not have to worry about getting hit right away. Of course, there's also only 3, which so means the 4th player is going to have to journey out and get a more dangerous expansion, and also taking a 3rd also looks like it's going to be a bit of a trick. You know how I hate trying to take 3rds on team maps, especially 3v3s, but this one looks especially painful as well. Although there are some decent chokes, so if you get an expansion buddy, remember, kids, whenever you go expand, you should always utilize the buddy system. Remember that. That is safety. That is safety. And Dunamai seems to be getting a late expansion for him, but he's also already getting a lair tech up, and he already has a roach warren up too. No upgrades yet for that Evo chamber, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But ooh, looks like we have a small handful of Marines. They're going to try to poke at this Nexus, which does have some probes here. They're going to have to do something about that. And oh, looks like they are going to get some probe kills. Quick response from Spartan's going to save one of those it's going to save most of those probes. 2 are going to go down though, but he's got to retreat them further than that. He can't just retreat them haphazardly or half-heartedly and then just expect they're going to be fine. He's got to get the probes out of there. At least get them heading towards some attacking units. And yeah, this is the danger, and he had them trapped. So is that worth the cost of a couple of probes? I don't know. Certainly not worth it in a pure mineral cost. So if you compare apples to oranges, it was not effective. But did it delay mining for Spartan? That's going to cause some problems. I don't know. He's getting his first void ray. He's 7.5 minutes. He's getting his first void ray out. That's brilliant. Yeah, you need some more minerals though, or you're not gonna be able to do much void ray production. But he's gonna get those guys back to work again. Gonna bolster that void ray army. See how that works out for him. And it looks like we got some creep spread all the way to his base. This is not really the most optimal way to spread creep to your base, because you can't utilize the sledge. You definitely need to go this way if it's going to be... I don't know what this creep tumor is for. I mean, it never hurts to have a little extra vision in your base, but there's no other real purpose to this creep tumor. And oh, Ducky! Oh, Ducky, you crazy lucky ducky luck. You're gonna throw down that proxy pylon, but you gotta be careful. You're talking about the Psi Master here, Contrarian. If he catches that pylon in his base, he is going to be pissed. And oh, Ducky, what do you have at your base, Ducky? Well, let's see. He does have warp gate technology finished, so we could be seeing a warp end. I don't see a forge. Ooh, I don't know what that was. It looks like it was a scouting link from Dunamai. Quite possibly. Oh, but Ducky, your pylon's done, Ducky. What are you going to be putting there? What are you going to be warping in? I didn't see a forge, so it's not going to be a cannon rush, and the probe left anyhow, so that makes even more sense. But right now it looks like it's just going to sit there. Not going to do anything. We're going to have to kind of keep an eye on that area. Right now, it's not going to be doing much. There's pretty much just a probe here. I don't think he does not have enough warp gates in to get a huge warp in to completely decimate that base quickly. But throwing down some extra gates, so maybe he's gearing up for something. The probe transfer has begun. Now could be the best time. A couple of zealots right now could really devastate this probe line. And his forces are pretty far away to help defend this. Oh, they could get there kind of quick, but they could do a lot of damage to those probes before he gets there. Oh, Ducky. And what are we pinging here? It looks like, oh, I've got a changeling here from Dunamai. He's going to spot the void rays from Joni, but have they out void rayed Spartan? No, Spartan does have more void rays. And getting the shield upgrade for those, I'd like to see him getting... Well, looks like he already has the 1/1 attack on those, so no problems there. Oh, we got Marine Marauders going from control. There's pylons here, and it's the Marine Marauders that are going to march in and do the damage. And oh, they are going to see the pylons, so like, well, we'll have our buddies defend us. We'll make sure there's not any nasty surprises coming in here after that. Guardian Shield's going to go up. Not quite covering the army, but it's covering part of the army that they're attacking now. They're going to try to focus down the Nexus. I don't think they're going to get it. Pylon goes down. Oh, Ducky, you waited too long, Ducky. And mining will commence. So not too much damage done there. Maybe kind of an even exchange. Where we check the units lost right now. Okay, maybe not an even exchange. Definitely Kara lost a lot in that exchange. Although he's also the one that lost those 3 early Marines too. So you got to factor that into it. Just not being very effective. And here comes... Oh, I thought that was going to be transferring SCVs going down to space. Which he's put a planetary here. I don't know about putting a planetary there. And, ooh, not a lot of mining right now. What kind of income do we got going right now? Well, that's a lot of income. Look, here. I'm not gonna say anything. You can look at those numbers right now. There's just too much to process right now. Though I also notice that Sikara is also the one that has the fewest workers right now. And that is not good. And, oh, looks like he is angered Contrarian, which now could make the use of this planetary a bit more effective, but with the Immortals there, Immortals can do a lot of damage to armored units, although no upgrades yet. He's going to be mass repairing, but it seems to be working. Oh, but they are on auto repair, so he's going to have to tell him to repair again, and he's just not quite able to do it, and the planetary will fall. Just not enough, but here comes some Stalkers. Oh, but all these Immortals, these Stalkers not going to last very long. And now we're going to get Immortal on... Oh, these Immortals are going to decimate the reinforcing Stalkers of Contrarian, and I think they have more Immortals here. And even if they don't, Oh, and now the SCVs are going to take out the Immortals. How embarrassing. You know, you get killed, you come back to life as an Immortal, only to die to SCVs. And Dunamai going for Corruptors now. I don't even know if we... Oh, going for some really fast Broodlords. But with the Void Rays out on the map, is this going to be the most effective strategy? But then again, we got Spartan getting his beefy Void Rays out there. 1-1 upgrades are done. Does he have any more upgrades on the way? Level 3, or level 2. Oh, just starting level 2 attack. And it looks like we got an expansion here for Dunamai, but I see some movement right now. Oh, Ducky! Sentries, Ducky? Oh, how embarrassing. Dunamai's going to lose his expansion to Sentries, but let's hope he gets a cancel on that right now. Look at how slowly. They're killing this thing almost as slowly as Contrarian was out. Well, that was interesting. I force fielded that off. So what? That they're completely trapped in here? They were like, well, we're just going to lock ourselves in here and give them plenty of time to trap us even further. Oh, those poor oh, man, that was a lot of gas. And all they have to show for it is one dead drone and a few minerals lost to a canceled building. That was not cost effective. What, Ducky, why are you going sentry harass? Who sentry? Okay, okay. I've seen people sentry harass Zerg before, but that generally involves dropping them in the mineral line or force fielding their ramp, not just wandering about on the map trying to snipe expansions. And they stopped the expansion. They delayed the expansion, sure enough. But at what cost? Oh, it looks like in the meantime, Contrarian's gonna snipe. I don't know if they ever got an expansion back up there again, but oh, they're. I hope I hope that was a disposal force because they're not gonna last long. Oh, and a proxy pylon, but some zealots are going to get away. He's got any upgrades for these yet? 1-1 upgrades against. Just yeah, a couple of plus ones here, and oh, they're gonna run into these cannons, but against this force, these cannons are not gonna last very long. And oh, Contrarian looks like he's gonna abandon this base. Maybe. Oh, these zealots are kind of stuck here right now. Oh, but here comes Josephus to the rescue with a huge marine force and corruptors. You've got to get the corruptors on those colossi. You really need to down as many colossi as possible. 1 goes down. And 2 goes down. 3 goes down. And I think he's got enough marine marauders left over that he should be able to take this out. And a Banshee. Oh, the Banshee's going to go down. The zealots are going to come in from behind. I think they will be able to clean this up. Albeit just barely. Just barely. And oh, and now a DT. Jimmy James pulling out the DTs. And a quick scan is going to cost that DT its life. No, they don't know this base is here. Oh, but they might know it's now. Oh, this is not going to be good for them. And I don't know what just exploded there, but it's dead now. It's dead now. It's best to forget about it. And it looks like Spartan just pushed out with some Void Rays over here. Oh, we're getting carriers for Joni. I don't know if that's the best decision right now, but he does have a mothership out. And I didn't really see what Spartan did. It looks like there's some damage on that Void Ray, so maybe it's just some Void Rays on each other. But it looks like Jimmy James' expansion has been spotted and eliminated. And where are we going to see those Broodlords? But right now, he might just... Oh, we got some Zealots now here for Ducky trying to take out Spartan's expansion. And the action is getting pretty fast-paced. I'm not sure I can keep up with this anymore. I mean, we still got these forces here that are finishing off that base. The Zealot threat over here is done, but oh, he's going to bring in some more Zealots to die. Oh, that's almost as bad as his Sentry Expo sniping. And just kind of throwing out pylons here to get sniped later, I guess. These Void Rays are pushing out. +2 attack is done, and yeah, this expansion is done. I don't know if you want to necessarily take those out. You're gonna let him know that you're there, but. And DT is guarding the spot where his base once lay. Bringing in a couple of corruptors. Dude, remember the rest of your corruptors? Yeah, well, the rest of your corruptors apparently are now Broodlords. Dude might just not seem to have much of an army this game. Am I missing something? Or is he really spending that much money to get to fast Broodlords? And Ducky's going to try to bring his Stalkers in. Can they do something useful? Oh, here come a bunch of High Templar. Here come the Storms. No. Here come the Storm. Do they have Storm? They have Storm. No Storms? All those Templar. And you're not going to Storm? Oh, here come the carriers. But I don't know. He might have enough Void Rays to take on those carriers. And Ducky's trying to chase them around. If he's not going to use Storms, you can take these on head-on. It's 4 Stalkers. Oh, well, it's more than 4 Stalkers now. And here come the Storms! Oh! But, oh! He stacked all his Storms. Storms do not stack. If you put 2 Storms on top of each other, you're only going to get the damage of 1. So those Storms, so many Storms, they absolutely whipped. And a Vortex is also going to whip, completely whipping on their spell casting right here. And they're going to need to... Oh, apparently this Mama Ship got corrupted, so now would be the time to destroy it, because it's taking extra damage. It's going to go down, and now all the carriers are exposed. Void Ray's really good at taking out the carriers as long as he makes sure he focuses them down and does not worry about the interceptors. And, oh, here goes a couple more Void Rays that did manage to get caught by the Vortex, and it looks like these carriers are going to go down, and Sikara is going to leave the game. Oh, just was he had a... Oh, that could be part of the reason why. He looks like he just lost his huge army to Bocephus. And over here at Jimmy James taking a ton of damage from Contrarian's Colossi, but, you know, eventually he's going to focus all these down. And these SCVs, well, he's not in the game anymore, so these SCVs aren't going to do that much. And they managed to whittle down, looks like Spartan lost his Colossi, but Bocephus now with a 3/3 Marine Marauder Ball, and I like this Banshee here. I love this Banshee here. Banshees do so much freaking damage that if you're not focusing them down, they're just gonna. If you're focusing down the ground army, this Banshee's just gonna do a ton of damage. I mean, they shoot so fast. And it looks like, oh, the DTs now are going after Contrarian. And does he have? He does have photon cannons there. Oh, but a quick scan here from one of his Terran buddies. Well, I guess that's just Bocephus' Terran this game. Oh, is he gonna get a couple? Well, he's gonna get one observer, but now he can't. Now he can see. What is he? Oh, there, he got an observer of his own. There we go. And it looks like Joni's still gonna try to do his carrier for us. I don't think it fared so well last time. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Spartan's Void Rays, but I have a feeling the carriers didn't have as much to do with it as they would have hoped. But they haven't quite given up yet. The game is still going on, but it's so hard. So many multi-pronged attacks, it's impossible to keep up with the action in this game. This doesn't usually happen. Usually you have these you have like 3 or 4 pronged attacks going on, and it usually means someone's getting slaughtered because they're getting hit with too many armies at once. I don't know, those Broodlords are pretty lucky. But looks like we have spotted this expansion here for my good old buddy, Crazy Ducky Luck. A lot of corruptors from Dunamai, really expecting... Oh, it looks like... Oh, they're converging their forces now. They smell blood in the water. The only one that's not here right now is Spartan. Spartan, where are you? You apparently are building a bunch of cannons at this expansion with the Broodlord protection. There you go. But the other combined forces are getting ready for a huge attack. And it looks like they're not going to be going up against much. Ducky's the only one that seems to have a decent force right now. And he's about to throw it right into the middle of this army. Nope. Oh, but he's kind of aroused the suspicions of this Colossus. But he's also going to get this Colossus a little bit out of position. But maybe that was just the bait to draw in the army to bring him into the central forces right here. And what are these force fields doing? Well, the force fields could have been doing... Now, there's some good storms. Maybe that's what the force fields were for. I don't think the force fields were necessary there because they weren't really... He was still engaging. If he were running away, the force fields made sense, but he was engaging, and he wasn't really creating a funnel that he could take advantage of, so I'm not really sure the purpose of that. He could have stormed that just as easily without the force fields, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. It looks like Joni's got the most threatening force here right now. Oh, but Contrarian's got to deal with some forces at his expansion right here. It's a pretty small force, but effective when your entire army is away or mostly dead. And more force fields right now. If you're going to force field, I don't really get these force fields. I guess it's making a little bit more of a difference here because he really needs to back up a little bit. At least take a few steps back so the forces that did slip through the force field are the only ones that can shoot you. I mean, force field is just something you do. I see an army, I have sentries, I'm just going to drop down some force fields. The force field is not a sledgehammer, it's a scalpel. I don't know if that made sense, but it made sense to me, and so that's all that matters. And there's the GG from Crazy Ducky Luck. But don't feel bad, my friend, because I don't think you suck. Okay, that was awful. I tried too hard, or rather, I didn't try hard enough to actually get that to happen. And well, it looks like I just missed a huge battle here. Couple of Joni's forces escaped, and now they've just got these cannons to deal with. But with Broodlords here, that's going to be pretty easy to do. But Joni's going to leave the game. He's had enough. Not much left they can do right here. Oh, and now all these poor probes as soon as this tank is dead. And nope, Jimmy James is going to leave the game. So crazy game. I feel I missed way too much there. I feel kind of bad because I feel there's some stuff there that was going on that I just had no idea. But I hope you enjoyed this game and have a day.